Level 1. Slave. The very bottom of Mordor's hierarchy. No weapons, no war. Here, there is only work. Endless work. You were born in Minas Morgul, or in the dark corridors of Mordor. You have never seen the sun. You do not know what fresh air is. It wasn't your choice to be born crippled and sick. But despite all this hardship, you must survive. Every day you carry loads. Weapon crates, pieces of armor, supplies, and sometimes dead orcs. If you slow down, you'll be whipped. If you fall, you'll be trampled. That's why you must always be on your guard. You get one meal a day. You eat whatever they give you. You've been sick since birth. The left side of your body is covered in swollen, pitted sores. Your face is especially swollen. Your left arm is crippled, and your left leg doesn't hold you up properly. But these things shouldn't stop you. The other orc slaves think you're weak, but they're wrong. Because of your illness and your ugly face, you're bullied and humiliated even more. People in Hollywood compare you to Harvey Weinstein. We just had to make that comparison. By the way, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel. You keep going. No one is helping you. You're learning not to rely on anyone. You see another slave fall to the ground. No one helps. He can't get up. They're stepping over him. At that moment, you watch him trying to get up. The orc commander sees you. You realize the heavy price of that first glance when you fall to the ground yourself. Level 2. Soldier. After a while, you become a soldier. You face the enemy on the front lines. But this is also very tough. Morning training, evening training. At night, you have to stand guard. Sleep is almost a luxury. You're wearing heavy but terrible armor. They give you whatever they have on hand. Spears, axes, swords, whatever it is. There's no standard equipment, but the food is a bit better in this position. Still, you have to eat whatever they give you. Discipline is crucial. A high-ranking Uruk-hai commands you. They're chosen, specially trained commanders. That's why they're superior to you. You're just part of the crowd. In battles, you're always pushed to the front lines. When enemy cavalry arrives, you try to form a pike wall. But there's no discipline, and the equipment is lacking, so the casualties are massive. Besides, you don't matter in this position. An orc next to you falls on the battlefield. You look, you keep going, because there's a price for stopping. Those who fled the battle took refuge in the Anduin. You're among them. Those who flee battle are usually eliminated. That's how it goes. But because you're crippled and sickly, an Uruk-hai mistakes you for someone severely wounded in battle. This is a blessing. You manage to survive. But in reality, it's a lie. The real reason is that your face is so hideous, they want to use you to keep the other orcs in check. You were born sick and crippled, but you've made it through. You're healthy, you're strong, and you're still on the front lines. Think about that. Level 3. Castle Guard. For the first time, you don't regret being a sickly person. Thanks to your illness, you've escaped death. You're now a castle guard. You have 20 orcs under your command. The Uruk-hai commander believes you'll succeed in this mission because of your terrifying face. You won't get lost in the crowd anymore. You're giving orders to your small unit, but you also take orders from higher-ranking officers. You're usually stationed at the walls of Minas Morgul or the Tower of Cirith Ungol. Cirith Ungol is very important. The guards assigned there are names Sauron trusts. You control the passage. No outsiders may enter. If a fugitive gets in, they can never get out. This is a good promotion, but at the same time, it's a prison. There are long, dark shifts. They never end. You give the orders. The orcs carry them out. You beat those below you because your superiors ruled you with beatings. You know no other way. You make small decisions. Who stands guard? Who sleeps? Who gets punished? For the first time, you feel a little powerful, but that power isn't yours. You have to be very careful. Remember Shagrat and Gorbog at Cirith Ungol? Two commanders killed each other over a minor conflict of interest. The entire garrison was wiped out. A small disagreement could be the end of you. It's not the enemy. It's your own side. For the first time, you have to punish one of your own soldiers for an unjust order. Your superior said so. You do it. In that moment, you remember that slave from level 1, what he went through. Now you're going through it. Level 4. General. The conflict at Cirith Ungol Tower has dragged on. This conflict, caused by Shagrat and Gorbag, is not good. You must act quickly. You take your 10 best soldiers and head toward the tower. These fools started a conflict over 2 hobbits. No one knows you. They don't even know your name. You don't know it either, because you have no name. But it's time to earn one. When you reach the tower, you swiftly throw 6 of the orcs fighting each other off the edge. Everyone in the tower is looking at you in fear. You put an end to this foolish conflict in a very harsh manner. You appoint a new commander for the tower. You tell them that if anyone starts another rebellion, you'll throw them off just like the others. As you head back to your post, you notice that the soldiers and everyone else are calling you Gothmog. This name is spreading quickly. Now you have a name, even if it's a bad one. It means the feared, cruel tyrant. Meanwhile, the Witch King has noticed this incident, and he approaches your tower on his dragon. You fulfilled your duty for years. You didn't complain. You didn't question. You didn't make a mistake. You suppressed a rebellion of hundreds with just 10 soldiers. You're no longer a castle guard. I need a general for the siege of Osgiliath. Go prepare the army. The siege army is waiting for you. You're receiving new orders. You're a general now. You're quickly preparing the army. This is a very important mission. Why? Because if you succeed, you could become the Witch King's right-hand man. Osgiliath is Gondor's former capital. Ruined, dark, desolate. A ghost town spread across both banks of the Anduin River. This is a major promotion. You now have hundreds of soldiers, even thousands. You've proven yourself in castle guard duty. You were disciplined. You were cool-headed. You didn't rely on anyone. You didn't ask anyone for help, and your face still strikes fear. That remains an advantage. Now you're writing reports to Minas Morgul, to the Witch King. You're controlling the river. You're monitoring the crossings. You have sergeants under you. They manage the soldiers. You manage the sergeants. If you make a mistake, you'll answer for it, directly to the Witch King. At this level, physical strength isn't enough anymore. In fact, physical strength isn't even necessary. You need intelligence. You need tactics. You were born sick and crippled. But that didn't stop you, because you've always relied on intelligence, not strength. You've been observing since your days as a snaga. You've been taking notes. Now those notes are coming in handy. You've made the plan. It will be a night raid. Crossing the river by boat. No one is expecting this. A paddle makes a sound. A Gondorian soldier sees from above. One word, one order. Kill him. Then the archer does his duty. The soldier falls. The raid has begun. Boromir's brother. He tried to defend the city but was outmatched. He had to retreat. Faramir turned back and tried to retake it with a small cavalry unit. But you're giving orders to the archers. Arrows rained down from the ruins of Osgiliath. Faramir fell from his horse, gravely wounded. He was carried back. The city was completely overrun. And here you utter that famous line. The age of men is over. The time of the orcs has come. At the Witch King's command, a second legion crossed the bridge from Minas Morgul and entered the city. This legion is under your command. They already controlled the eastern bank. Now they've taken the western bank as well. At that moment, you look out at the river. There's no light on the opposite bank, and everything is under your control. The downside is that you feel nothing at that moment. You become the Witch King's right hand, the hand that controls everything on the ground. Level 5. The Witch King's right-hand man. You are now Gothmog. Everyone knows that name. General Gothmog. Everyone calls you that. Second in command of the Minas Morgul army. You are the field general in Sauron's war against Gondor. You started as a slave. You were beaten. You were crushed. You were humiliated because you were sick. You were sent to the front lines. You stood guard in the castle corridors for years. You crushed a major rebellion with just 10 soldiers. You seized Osgiliath with a clever plan. No one gave you a title. You earned it all and became the Witch King's right-hand man. The Witch King speaks, you listen. The Witch King commands, and you obey. He's concerned with Gandalf. He's concerned with breaking the spirit of Gondor. The big picture is his, but the battlefield is entirely yours. The Witch King trusts you deeply, but this trust is no reward. It is a burden. Your new mission is Minas Tirith. The Witch King wants you to besiege and capture it. Your plan is ready. You know exactly what to do. You're just waiting for the time to fight. The siege begins. Gondor soldiers launch a massive stone from a catapult, heading straight for you. Everyone is fleeing. You don't move. At the last second, you take a step. The stone lands beside you. You perform that famous spit move. You're sending the prisoners you've captured into the city, using catapults. You want to win the war psychologically. The gate is very strong. It just won't break. You're smiling. You give the order. Bring Grond. The troll you had specially prepared for the gate is brought in. It has a battering ram on its head. It smashes the gate. Just like in the first video on your channel, a similar troll smashes the gate. If you want, you can go watch that video too. Don't forget to like and comment on this video as well. The battle is going exactly as you planned. You manage to enter Minas Tirith, but suddenly, the tide of battle turns. Because a woman named Eowyn defeats the Witch King. The Witch King once said, "No man can kill me," but a woman killed him. In that moment, you consider the possibility that the Witch King might be a woman, but you don't have much time to think about it. At that moment, the army takes a massive hit and is shaken. Panic sets in. Everyone is looking at you. You're wounded. One of your legs is already useless. Your arm is crippled. Your face is gaunt. But you won't give up. You've taken command of the army. You're deploying every ounce of power you have onto the battlefield. Easterlings, Southrons, Variags, Trollmen. You kept the battle going. You're on the verge of winning the war. Just then, you see Éowyn. You attack her to destroy her. You easily knock her to the ground. But before you can finish her off, Aragorn and Gimli take you down. They finish you off quickly. At the bottom, you were a slave, a tool, a snagga no one cared about. At the top, you were a general, a tool, a commander doing the Witch King's bidding. The name wasn't even yours. It came from the Elvish language. The feared, cruel tyrant, the man who killed you, was fighting to become king. You were just doing your job. What was the difference? Don't forget to let me know your favorite part in the comments. See you in the next video.